Hey there, this is James Wilson with MTB Strength Training Systems and BikeJames.com. In today's training tip, I want to talk about a concept that I'm calling the upper body core. And this is something that I've recently started focusing on with my own training. And I came to realize that while we do a really good job of focusing on what most of us consider to be the core, which is this area right here, that we forget that the upper body has a core as well. So we know that if we're trying to do lower body exercises, we need to have a strong, stable core, or else one, our lower back can get hurt, or we're not going to be as strong and powerful because we don't have that stability. This area right here acts the same way for your upper body, for your arms, and also in helping to stabilize the head. So we get a lot of cues as far as like what to do with this upper body position. Things like puff the chest out, things like pull the shoulders back and down, pack the shoulders in, you know, whatever that means to the person who's saying it. Make sure you're keeping the head neutral, the head stacked on top of the shoulders, all these different things. And it dawned on me a few weeks ago while I was training that if I just focused on keeping this right here strong and stable, and I'll explain more what that is here in just a second, that everything else just took care of itself. My head position was where it needed to be. My shoulder position was where it needed to be. I didn't need to think about all these other little things. All those took care of themselves if I was just focusing on this upper body core. Now, especially with mountain bikers, we lose this upper body core position by rounding. We lose the chest caves in and gets hollow. So whenever we're doing our exercises, our push-ups, we'll end up doing something that looks like this. Shoulder presses, we'll end up doing something that looks like that. So for a lot of people, what they've got to do is resist that. And this is where puffing the chest out comes into play. It kind of counteracts that cue. But there is a group of people who take that cue too far. And so what they end up doing is actually pushing the chest out and ending up like this. This isn't it. We don't want the chest to cave in. We don't want to be pushing the chest out. What we want is what's best described as a vertical core. I think Todd Wright, I forget exactly, he's the strength coach for some team in Texas. But anyways, he's, I think, the first guy that I heard mention this term. But that's the best way to think about it, is a vertical core of everything remaining straight up and down and stacked. I don't want to cave in. I don't want to push out. Same thing with the lower body. You know, we wouldn't want to have our belly pushed forward. We don't want to have it rounded back. We want it nice and neutral. So just like with the core, it's not just tensing the abs. It's not, you know, just doing one thing. It's compacting everything and trying to get everything to kind of counteract each other. Same thing up here. We want the chest. We want the upper back. We want the shoulders all compacting in and then moving around that strong upper body position. So again, once I started cluing in on this and focusing on this with my shoulder presses, with my swings, with my get-ups, with everything, it really started to make a difference with what I was doing and how I was feeling things working. So I'll show you on the get-up especially kind of how this comes into play, because I found that this concept is really powerful for this exercise, especially the first two steps, getting up on the elbow and posting up on the hand. So once you've got your kettlebell up in a position, now the idea, get that upper body core set. Now you should be able to get up on your elbow while maintaining that upper body core relatively well. So getting up like this is much different than getting up and then trying to reset it. And same thing on the way back down. One of the things that I noticed a lot of people do is they collapse and they lower back down. So if you're focusing on keeping that upper body core in position, as you lower yourself down, you end up maintaining a better spine position. So again, that's just one example of kind of how that concept looks in action, of focusing not just on your lower body core, but also on this upper body core, and understanding that it's not just puffing the chest out, it's not pulling the shoulders back and down, that you're actually trying to create that point of stability there in the upper body for the arms to move around, for the neck to stabilize against. So anyways, it's been a very powerful concept for me in my training. It's definitely kind of a subtle thing, you know, not going to be for everyone. People that just want to go to the gym and lift weights and not pay attention to these little subtle things aren't going to care about this stuff. But for those people that do care about this stuff, pay attention this next time you go to the gym. Like I said, it'll really change your experience with a lot of the common exercises. So anyways, once again, it's been James Wilson with MTB Strength Training Systems. You can check me out on the web at BikeJames.com, and I'll talk to you next time.